Project Motor Racing just came out today, and the developer sent me a key, so I went and checked it out, and it is as pretty much as I would have expected another simulation racing game. Now, I haven't played enough of it to know if it's a good game or not. On Steam, it's very negatively rated, but it's the first day, so a lot can happen. I don't want to cast judgment too early, but it just got me thinking that all of these games are the same. Every simulation racing game that I play that says that it's realistic, it's got realistic physics, scan tracks, scan cars, like everything is immersive, VR experience. It's all the same game, just repackaged over and over again. Now I know there's different physics engines, there's little intricacies with every game, and that is where the differences come from. Sometimes one game's physics work for people, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes games catch on, oftentimes they don't. Personally, I dislike iRacing's model of having a monthly subscription. I don't like paying subscriptions. I understand it. It is probably the most popular sim racing game currently still, and people are always grasping for something else, something that isn't a subscription, something that's different. Project Motor Racing is the next in line for trying to grab that audience. Now, just because it's not a subscription does not mean that it's cheap. This sucker is $98 for the base game, and it has 3 DLCs that came out immediately. Again, this is day one. It came out at 8 o'clock this morning. Like, you know what the monetization model for this game is going to be going forwards. It's always going to be car packs, track packs, whatever. It does come with a lot at the beginning. There are quite a few cars, but there can always be more. And so as I play these games, and I have played a lot of them, in fact, just for this video I played Assetto Corsa again, and the physics feel different, for sure. It's definitely different, but at the root of it, it's the same game. It's just like other sports games. It's just like NHL. It's just like Madden, FIFA. They come out with a new game every year, and it's got a little bit of a tweak to it, but that's it. It's the same thing. You pay another full price release for the same thing. At this point now, I'm sympathizing with the subscription model for iRacing, because it's at least you get to keep that stuff. It's the same game throughout, they just update it. Now that's making more sense to me. But as I was playing about 20 minutes or so of Project Motor Racing, just couldn't help but think, like, man, I have played this game before. It's the same tracks, it's the same cars, and I know that there's only so much you can do with simulation racing. And it's good to see that studios still are interested in this, but there has to be a catch. There has to be something to bring people in. Like, what is it about this game that will draw people in? I know it's got modern cars, it's got new stuff. Maybe it's got cars that are only in this game and this is the only game you can get them. That's not something I'm sure about. What if iRacing adds those cars? What if iRacing adds every track that's in this game? Why would you play this instead of iRacing? And so I just can't help but wonder, what's the point of this type of thing? Like, unless there's a significant innovation, what is even the point? Now, I know that some games in the past have tried to innovate, whether it be through a special career mode like Project Cars, which is where this game's lineage starts. And I mean, Project Cars lasted 3 games, although the third one maybe not worth talking about. But this is supposed to be the rebirth of Project Cars. And I think the foundation, at least in my playing, it feels solid. Like, performance of the game is a little bit rough. You definitely gotta wait for a patch on that one. It wasn't running the greatest, but it seems solid otherwise. But again, why would I play this instead of Project Cars 2? Like, what is it about this game specifically? I guess Project Cars 2 will never be updated again. But eventually that's going to happen with this game as well. It'll eventually run its course, and there'll be Project Motor Racing 2, and then this one will stop being updated. Like, as I'm just reading through the store page, there is nothing here that other games don't have. I guess I just struggle with these games because I never really see any earth-shattering innovations that really bring them into the forefront of my mind as the pinnacle of simulation racing. It seems like everybody's trying for that title. Everybody's going for that title, but it's not as easy to get as it may seem. What is the pinnacle of sim racing? Is it going to be cars that drive exactly like real cars? A perfect physics engine? Or is it going to be something that's got its own style? I don't know, maybe you'd have to kick simulation out of it. Now, I'm a dirty casual player of these games. Obviously, I don't play them that often. I'm not Jimmy Broadbent. And maybe that's the issue. Maybe the enjoyment comes from the very minute differences. But I don't feel like that's going to attract the big audience that they need to fund these things. Maybe that's where all the DLC comes in. Basically what I do is every time I start up one of these games, I pick a track that I like, I pick a car that I like, and I just go for a practice. Just a couple laps, just to feel it out a little bit, see how it is, see what it's like, and oftentimes it ends up boiling down to the exact same thing. And it just reminds me, as I mentioned before, of sports games. It's how many different ways can you do hockey? How many different ways can you do football? I guess at the end of the day, I'm more of an NFL Street player than I am a Madden 2K17 player, whatever. NHL 24 and 25 are the same game to me. But hey, I'm still playing NHL 2003 because that game had style. To wrap up this discussion, essentially my thought is that I feel like these games need to innovate. They're just very similar. They're all pretty much the same. If they're riding on exclusive car licenses or exclusive track licenses or whatever, I guess they have a purpose. But if you come out with a game that has the same everything as something that already exists, what do you expect to happen? I just don't understand what these developers are thinking with this type of stuff. If you can't put in some kind of gimmick or some kind of innovation that just blows everybody out of the water, then what's the point? I hope for success for Project Motor Racing. I hope they can do some cool stuff. I hope that they use their physics engine to its fullest extent, and that the people who spend $100 on this game get their money's worth. I hope that Straight Force Studios does well, and I hope that they can make more games in the future, preferably something with a bit more uniqueness to it. I feel like this is a very safe bet. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. What do you think? Another rant in the bag. Let me know. See you next time.